Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. Today is Saturday and it is Sumit Peer time, and we are going to be discussing a little bit more in detail as to what has played out in Haldwani. It appears straight out of a toolkit, and as we see and show you some evidence, you will be convinced more than us that this is what is happening. So let's welcome Sumit Peer ji. Sumit ji, namaskar. Ram Ram, kaise hain aap?
Ram Ram, namaskar, pranam, vanakkam, all well and good, sir.
Sumit, see the information that is coming out now, that when the law and order went to clean the illegal structures, suddenly one of the illegal structures becomes a madrasa. There is a communal angle given to it. There is a religious angle given to it. It was not. It was an illegal construction on government land. Secondly, the women are in the front confronting the police, and then suddenly there is stoning happening on the police from the adjacent buildings. How the heck did they know that the police was going to come and destroy this stuff? So there was some inside information. Second, what happened is once they drove away the first set of miscreants, a second set of miscreants descend upon the police with petrol bombs. Now the police is outmanaged and they seek shelter in a police station. They try to set the police station on fire. 5 people are dead, more than 100 policemen injured, and at least 80 vehicles have been destroyed, including earth mover equipment. The problem here I see is, how did these people know, first of all, that this was happening? After all, this was a High Court order. It was not something inspired by UCC. Second of all, what is this thing about putting women in the front and putting stones from behind? And then when that doesn't work, then start going to a locality which is much more communally distributed, meaning like all religions live there. Try to attack that. That means what they are trying to do is, okay, apne basti mein to kaam nahi chala, let's go and incite trouble somewhere else. 100% toolkit. Sumit ji, I want you to tell us what exactly is going on. You have the pulse of the ground, what is going on there. But viewers, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's go to Sumit ji and listen to what he has to say. He has got more details than I do. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. In the name of Bhagwan Sree Ganesha, let's do the Sree Ganesha of this vlog. What you are absolutely right, Sree sir. This is all planned. This is all, and orchestrated. Now we will try to go into what are the bigger challenges, what is the game, and who are the players. We will try to get through all. We have good 40-45 minutes to do it. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the issue. First thing is this, in north, in Uttaranchal, Uttaranchal, Arunachal and all, we have a border with China. We are all aware of that, right? Now, essential supply routes to army, to air force, and to all the forward deployments go through this region. Point number 2. Last few years, I think possibly in the UPA tenure, Congress tenure, lot of demographic change of Uttarakhand has happened, right? Uttaranchal, Uttarakhand, whatever you want to call it, has happened. Now, what we are seeing is basically, if there's a bridge, let's say this is a bridge, right? This is a bridge. So here and here, you will suddenly have people from minority community crop up, illegal basti. Then there's a railway station. This is a railway station. Right? Again, here and here, you will have again these people crop up, illegal constructions. So all the roads, which are let's say there is something called as a very short LA of a road. Again, that will be choked. So all the strategic bridges, all the strategic railway stations, all the strategic roads, suddenly these illegal bastis have come up. Bastis as these hutments have come up, right? Now we have proof also, but unfortunately in PGurus, because we are talking the truth, we get attacked by a lot of people unnecessarily on this copyright and else we have proof to prove each and every word what I'm saying. I have around 10-20 videos to prove each and every word of what I'm saying. So that has been happening. Suddenly demographics have been changed because it's a Pahadi Kshetra. Pahadi Kshetra means it's a hilly terrain and there's not a lot of densely population. So you can change the demographics very fast. This has been what is happening here. Now, let me tell you on record, 6 or 8 months back, I was on debate on a national TV. This was the topic. What was the topic? Topic was, a lot of people have raised a concern, and then Mr. Amit Shah ordered a CBI and a IB inquiry into the matter around a year back. Around 4 months from that, around 8 months from now, 6 to 8 months from where we are right now, IB and CBI reported there are around 6 districts where the demography has been changed. This encroachment near the border, this encroachment of railway assets, strategic assets and all, this was prevalent in the whole of the Uttaranchal. And to add on to that, there were suddenly these thousands of mazars which had come up. You know, mazar is that one grave and somebody say, ye Peer Baba and all that. So suddenly these thousands of, and around a mazar, then suddenly a community starts cropping up. Then you make a ghetto. So this systematic invasion of Uttaranchal or Uttarakhand was happening, and IB and CBI are on record telling you there are 6 districts which have this problem. 6 districts out of 8 or 9 districts, they have this problem. So what you are seeing is not a sporadic incidents. It's not something which happened all of a sudden. This was planned for quite long. To their misfortune, or unfortunately, BJP government came into the picture. BJP government came into the picture, and Mr. Dhami started breaking these illegal mazars. The day this illegal mazar is broken, the illegal hutments around it also get broken. So that is, I think, more than 700 illegal mazars were broken. Now, if you come to Haldwani, in Haldwani, there is around 70 acre of patch, or 77 acre of patch, if my memory serves me right. It has been 8 months. Usually, I don't forget data. So 77 acres of patch. Now, that land is of railways. This was encroached by these people saying, hum to garib hai, we want to live here, sir, we have nowhere to live. And, and let's not forget, who has the biggest land banks in the country? The biggest land banks in the country are with Indian Railways. That everybody should know. They're the biggest owners of the land in India. And when you use a track, a few 100 meters here and a few 100 meters here is again owned by railways. It's not only the track. They own land here, they own land here. So railways is the biggest owner of land, and near every station there is this cashment land. Cashment land is when tomorrow's station has to expand. Forget New Delhi and all, where there is no space, has to expand. You will have this land where you can expand the station. You don't have to, evacuate people and all. So in this area, these people came up. Now, they went to the Sessions Court, then they went to High Court, then they tried to get a stay and all that, communal angle, Musalman hata diya, all those things were done, Masjid tootegi. And there were people, I remember on a TV debate saying, Arey, Sumit bhai, Masjid tootegi. And in that area, there are 1 or 2 temples also. Maine kaha, mandir bhi to tootega. So why is Masjid so special over mandir? I mean, I ask very tough questions. People don't like me for that, but that's okay. So when this all thing was happening, then they went to the High Court, Garibo ke bachche hain bhai. I remember going to Al Jazeera for this. Now I remember. Al Jazeera called me in the night. It was 1 a.m. in the night. Sumit, you have to come, and why are you trying to bulldoze Muslims and all? I said, what is Muslim in that? This is an illegal land. The government needs the land. Railway has to increase, so we have to get the land. It's as simple as that. Oh, but Muslims have children. I say, Hindus also live there. They have children. Oh, there's a mosque. There's 1 or 2 temples also. So, okay, 80-90% or more than that is Muslim, but there are some small Hindu population also which is there. So why Muslims should get a special status in this country? Why it is a Muslim mosque? So everything has to be broken. Where will they go with the kids? Okay, the good district administration has made some arrangements in some schools and all. Eventually, government is not at the onus. Modi ka kaam nahi. You encroach a land, then you want to leave the land. Modi ji, give me a house first, then I will leave a land, or give me another land to encroach. That is not what Modi's business is. So that I remember going to Al Jazeera on this because this was a topic. This is how the international propaganda was built, that in this dire cold, or it was, I don't remember, hot sun, Muslims are being bulldozed, their houses are being broken, they're left in the sun or in the wind, their children will freeze to death. All that canard was spread. Now, nobody talks about the strategic encroachment of supply lines to Indian Army. Nobody talks of the strategic encroachment of supply lines to the forward post. Nobody talks of strategic encroachment of the supply lines to Indian Air Force. And nobody talks about how railway pulls, railway bridges and strategic roads can be held to ransom. Now, Sree said the first thing I want to talk on PGurus, one important thing. Imagine we have a war going on in China, and this drama will happen. For 1 or 2 days, supply lines will be disrupted. Right or wrong? Do you agree with me? 1 or 2 days?
Yes.
So 2 days, the war can bloody go anyway. It can go anyway. Yahi to karna hai. This is exactly what the mission is. This is exactly what the motive is. War can go goddamn anyway. You just need to give enemy 2-3 days. This is where the problem is. So when Mr. Dami started removing the mazars, then this colony was given a notice by the High Court. And let me tell you, there is another canard being spread in India. Notice nahi diya tha. Notice has been given well in advance. Everybody has got a notice. So don't spread these canards. Those fact checkers of the world are trying to spread these canards. No notice was given. More notice was given. And unless and until you tell me it's a Muslim basti, so the rules are different, that there has to be a different set of rules for Muslims, then I don't know. As per the Indian rule, everybody is equal. As per the rule of Bharat. So notices were given to them. Point number one. Another important aspect here is when this all was happening, mazars are gone, then came the UCC. UCC, what did UCC do? UCC said, bhai, you have to marry, no polygamy, no multiple children. We discussed that, right? And also you have to register these live-in relations. Live-in relation register karne ka matlab hai, love jihad is gone. There was love jihad, there was land jihad, there was mazar jihad. 3 jihads were going on. Love jihad, land jihad, mazar jihad. So suddenly something is gone. So when you have UCC, in the long run, why do you need a Muslim personal law? Why do you need a Waqf board? Why do you need this Muslim, universities and all? Because it's a UCC now, na? So these people were really rattled with the UCC. Now, how to act and when to act and whom to benefit? Now, these are the 3 important questions which come to the mind. How to act? How to act was to cause ruckus, bring government to the knees, tell them, look, we have the capability to stop the system for a week, 10 days and kill as many people we can. So that is the way governments usually back out, right? So that was the first thing. Who will do it and how to do it? So if you come against UCC, then you will be questioned by everybody. This is by the government of India. This is by the competent authority, which is the government of India, the government of the state, which has enacted this law. How come you are opposing the government? So they did not talk about UCC. Suddenly, when the demolition happens, now I will come after who were the characters used. I will come to the later. I'll come to that. So when the demolition happens, it is around, they go to dismantle this illegal structure, the JCBs and all go. Up to 4:30, 4:30 baje tak, nothing is happening. All is going as per usual. You want to show something, sir?
Yeah. JCB, I'm not able to. 1 second. Yeah. JCB, for those who don't know, these are all these bulldozing equipment, earth mover equipment. It's the name of a company. So people normally say JCB Aya means it's like, these bulldozer equipments have come to clear the place. Go ahead.
Correct. So up to 4:30, remember, it's a winter time, right? Around 5:30, 6 o'clock, the sun goes down. Up to 4:30, they have been gathering, trying to, looking, nothing happened. Suddenly at 4:30, there were 3 sets of people on the ground. Ladies police, male police, and the district administration people. Suddenly, people start pelting stones on them. Suddenly, 4:30. Up to 4:30, nothing happens. When they start pelting stones, they start going for cover. So when they start going for cover, then finally, stones start coming from the rooftops. First, there are people on the ground pelting the stones. Then stones start coming from the rooftops. Now they are encircled. Everybody is pelting stones. So what happens? They try to run, because few people went here, few people went here, few people went here. Usually that is what you do as a protocol. So the first incident, which is there, I have a video and I can prove that. There's one lady police officer. She has this whole cut. She said 17 of us went running for our house because we were chased by a mob. We entered into a house. They tried to enter the house. They were even trying to possibly assault women. You know what I mean by assault women. Physically and sexually assault women. They tried to beat them up. They tried to set the house on fire. Luckily, they called the force, because by the time this happened, it was 5 o'clock. By 5, there is traffic on the roads, and Haldwani is a very congested place when it comes to traffic. And this area is so congested that you can literally walk into that. They exactly knew where to drive them. So for the force to activate, reach the place, it will take time. It will take at least 45 minutes to 1 hour minimum. So these ladies hardly could save the life. There's a video where the lady saying, "Bahut mushkil se bach ke aaye, bahut mushkil se bach ke aaye, bahut mushkil se bach ke aaye." That is with the ladies. Now with the male police, they were attacked. More than 100 police are injured. They tried to enter into the car, their jeeps. So the glasses were broken. When you break the glass, then you pelt the stone. You pelt the stone here. So many of them have rib cage fractures. So many of them have lost their eyesight, their heads and all bleeding. Then the third people who were attacked were the district administration or the municipality people. These JCB drivers, these people and all, they all got attacked. So all these people started running into all the directions. So when they started running from all directions, they came in, they set fire to these JCBs and all. In that, some police walas went to the police station, what you rightly said. The bheed gherowed them and they tried to set fire to them. They tried to burn the ladies police alive. There's a video testimony of a ladies police officer who's, while running, she got a stone, this whole thing is cut. There are people with broken limbs. I have the pictures, I have the videos, I can prove anything. Now, there is a video of this gentleman who's saying whose head is broken because they pelted the stones. Now, in that time, by the time this happens, she said, the clock moves to 5:50. It has become almost dark. When it has become almost dark, then they start setting fire to the vehicles. They start setting fire to the JCBs. Then the fire is lit. By that time, the police is scattered. They have got into, from one big mass, they got scattered into small groups, 10, 12, 15. It was the strategy. The strategy was first get women and children. First get women, then you wish away the women, then get children. The children were also pelting stones. When they were also controlled, then the stones started coming from the rooftop. By this time, we are already into 5:30 and the sun is already down and it's a bit hazy. The fires have started. That time, the petrol bombs started coming on these isolated groups. Petrol bombs started raining right, left, and center. Now, petrol bombs start coming. Now, so Molotov cocktails, petrol bombs, lathi, farsa, and all were there. And by that time, the police walas had got into those smaller alleys and gullies, which are very narrow. And people have been chasing them with katta. Katta is the country-made pistol. You know, the country-made pistol, we call it katta. They've been chasing them with country-made pistol. The story doesn't end here. So these guys are running for life, right? It's a life and death situation. I'm trying to create a whole scene. It's a life and death situation. By the time the sun is more down. Now what is happening? They are now finding a group of people pelting stones from all over. Now imagine they started here. Now they are here, one group is here. Everywhere the group gets encircled. Everywhere. Stones are coming from the roof, and I have a video where says, Isko pathar lage, a petrol bomb mar. And MC, BC, all that is happening. So after he has got the hit by a stone, now put the petrol bomb. Idea was to burn these people alive. I will be very candid here. To kill as many police walas, so to teach them a lesson and to teach a lesson to Pushkar Singh Dhami. That was the whole mission. And you know what they were talking. That is quite evident. Anybody who understands Hindi can see those videos and understand. Then things take a dangerous turn. Even after that, they are somehow ducking, and the more police is coming. Now, police doesn't know when the new forces arrive. They don't know whom to say, where to say, because they are scattered in the whole area. They are in gullies, they are in alleys. Right? It's very difficult. You know, you have to know the place. By that time, firing starts. My question is, it is not a katta fire. Katta fire has a different voice. If you look at the firing, it's an automatic weapon fire. It's a sophisticated weapon fire. Now they have started firing on the police. My question is, where did the guns come from? Where did the ammunition come from? Who gave them the ammunition? Where did the gun come from? So, stones, lathi, fire, petrol bomb, marpitai, iron rods, katta, then full-fledged firing on the police started. Then by the time the new forces reached, they retaliated. I think 4 or 5 people got killed, these rioters, and 1 is injured. And today what I know, the 2 main kingpins, just 2-3 hours back, they have been got by the police. They are in the police custody right now. They have orchestrated this. Now, let's get into who did it or kiske kehne pe kiya. Who did it or kiske kehne pe kiya. Now, who did it?
One second. Viewers, we are going to also look at how many of these miscreants are illegal immigrants and how many are people who are living in that area. Also remember, viewers, when Uttarakhand was carved out of Uttar Pradesh, okay, Uttar Pradesh used to go through this. Every 3 months there will be a riot. It will always be Hindu-Muslim. It will be one community starting it, and the other community will react, and then everybody will start crying victimhood. So the way the Uttarakhand state was carved out, it was said that, look, for Hindus, let's have one state. For Hindus, let us have one state, because Uttarakhand had Kedarnath, Badrinath, Punyasthal, all these Chardham Yatras, people, let us have one state just for Hindus. That is why I would like you to kind of touch upon this also, because all these guys have come in, goosebites. Go ahead, sir.
Now, question is, you have 2-3 things. You don't want a Hindu state. You want to disrupt the Chardham, and you want to disrupt strategic lines of logistic and support going to China border. Now, when it comes to China, you have one enemy on the right, one enemy on the left, and 2.5 here. There are two incidents I want to tell you. Now, who will do it? Who will bell the cat? As usual, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Who's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Rohingya. There is a big basti of Rohingyas and Bangladeshi illegals living in those outskirts. They were mobilized. I have the videos to prove that. And these Rohingyas and Bangladeshis were mobilized. They were used for this, and they were exactly waiting for this day to cause the ruckus. So they can come in and they can do whatever they have to do, and they can get out. Now, what I know, 5,000 people have been booked, and at least 20 or 30 or 40 have been arrested. 5 or 7 are dead. 5 to 7 are dead already. Now, these Rohingya bastis were kept for a day so that at the right point of time they'll be used. Now, it was a Karnat built madrasa tod diya, masjid tod di. In Gujarat and Modi administration, there were 28 temples were displaced. So we Hindus never hit the road that what happened in Gujarat, 28 temples got shaheed. I don't know how come masjid gets shaheed and Hindu temple gets moved.
There was no masjid, Sarji. There is no masjid here. This is an illegal construction. झूठ बोल रहे हैं साले.
वही तो कह रहा हूँ. कौन सी मस्जिद? सडनली मस्जिद आ गई. और भाई मस्जिद भी है तो क्या हो गया? मस्जिद भी है तो क्या हो गया? It's an illegal masjid, ना? It has, when a temple can be moved, it's illegal. Why can't a masjid be moved? What do you have different set of rules for yourself? So ये हो गया sir. Now फिर क्या हुआ? When this all is happening, now suddenly there is one more angle which gets activated. Now Rohingyas and all are used. I'll narrate you a story. There is one poor rag picker. Naam hai Ajay. He picks rag. Huh? He lives in a jhopdi. He's coming back from the work. Somebody shot him. He's in ICU. If I can play that video of his mother and his brother, you can look at them and, I want to slap myself. This bichara rag picker, he was killed by these jihadis, almost dead. He's not dead yet, but very critical. You look at the mother, she's lost. She has 2 sons. One is already lying on a deathbed. She doesn't even understand what happened. This person who is earning 20, 30, 50 rupees per day, how is he? Why are damn hand you trying to kill him? What is his business in this? In your jihad or illegal or legal mosque or whatever it is. Now, it doesn't end here. While this all is happening in Rai Bareli, this Maulana, what is his name? Something I can't remember. Kya naam hai yaar iska? I can't. I slipped somebody. This Maulana, he's head of this, what do you call this, Barelvi Samaj and all. They're from Bareli. Madani Maulana, not Madani, some other Maulana, I can't remember his name. 𝗤𝗃 𝗲𝗏 or 𝗤𝗃 𝗲𝗏, I think. Now, what is he talking about? He is talking of कि अभी हम चुप करके बैठे हैं, अभी हम कुछ नहीं बोल रहे हैं. हाँ, 𝗤𝗃 𝗲𝗏, हाँ, Maulana 𝗤𝗃 𝗲𝗏 Khan, right? Now, these are the people who control 80 to 90% of the mosques of India. अभी हम चुप करके बैठे, अभी हम कुछ नहीं बोल रहे हैं. अगर मुसलमान के यूथ को गुस्सा आ गया तो यहाँ खाना जंगी हो जाएगी. खाना जंगी means civil war. Musliman ka youth means Muslim youth, and I don't know how long can we control them. Now he is threatening violence and civil rights in India. It is happening when the Haldwani is burning. You see the tandem here. So he is telling us, look, if you don't cave in, I will increase the spectrum of disaster to UP and all that. But I think he got picked up by the Yogi administration. I think he's in jail today. Now, how come it's a coincidence that the Maulana and the Haldwani is happening at the same time? How come Maulana is trying to give air to the flames? How come he is inciting the Muslim youth? This is what is happening here. And how come, Pakistan and China have been saying we have strategic assets in Uttarakhand? Who are these strategic assets? They have been, these things we have been saying. That is why I am requesting government of India again and again and again. You have to ban Pakistani media into India, Pakistanis coming into India, Pakistani people coming into our channels, because these people are responsible for this. Now tell me, Sree sir, a Rohingya crosses into West Bengal somewhere from a forest, or a Bangladeshi swims into India. Huh? How does he know he has to reach Jammu before Article 370? How does he know he has to reach Uttarakhand? Where is Calcutta? Where is Uttarakhand? Where is West Bengal and where is Uttarakhand? What does he exactly know he has to reach this place? And look, they could paralyze the things. Now, what Damiji has said, all the illegal constructions of Haldwani will be destroyed. The bulldozers have come. I think from Delhi, there's one full train of bulldozers which has been sent to Uttarakhand. And police is on the 2 kingpins are arrested. So, who told Maulana to increase the scope of the violence. Why did Maulana give this statement? And why did Maulana give this statement yesterday? Why did Maulana not talk about the 𝗖𝗎ℐ? Why is Maulana trying to justify the violence? Why is Maulana trying to say, I'll get Muslim youth activated? I want to say we very folded hands. When you talk of the youth are on both the sides. When you talk of the youth, the ratio is 8:1, 1.5. So these people like Maulana are trying to burn the India. They're trying to stop the development of India. They're trying to put an end to the India's progress. They want to start a civil war here, and they are trying to do everything. Modi government should come and kill some, police should come 30-40 Muslims. They say Musalman maar diya, Musalman maar diya. And remember, we have this temple inauguration on 13th, 14th of February in Dubai, right, where the Modi is supposed to go. So this Tawfiq Raza, 14th February, we are on 9-10, sir. 3-4 din hai. And then this Haldwani, where up to 4:30 everything was going as per schedule, nothing happened. After 4:30 to 6:30, everything changed. Where did the guns come from? I'm asking this question, where did the guns come from? I think if it is guns, it has to be ISI. If it is guns, it has to be a Muslim Brotherhood, it has to be a PFI, most probably ISI and handlers. Remember, the Nepal route of ISI is still active. It is not closed. It has gone low, but it is still active. There's a problem. There are a lot of new villages which have come up and around the border of India, in UP and in they are minority community dominated, and most of them have these Rohingyas living in, who gets or a Bangladeshi who is told mere chacha ka ladka, bhatije ka ladka, village pradhan gives in writing, you get an Aadhaar card made. It's not for now, it won't be possible after 15 years, because now when the child is born, first the Aadhaar card is made, then the birth certificate is made. Today it's controlled for the newer generation, but for still some years, by the time we have the old population, which includes people like me, so you cannot control it. So getting them Aadhaars made, settling them, giving them sustainability, giving them livelihood. I wanted to play that video of that Ajay. You have to look at that poor man. Sir, rag picker hai, sir. 50 rupees din mein kamata, sir. Look at his mother. I literally had tears in my eyes. Look at his mother. Look at the apathy of the woman. Why was he killed? Tell me, for the sake of what he was killed, uska naam Ajay hai. They just found somebody and shot him. That is the danger of these Rohingyas. That is why we need CAA. We need NCR. Throw these bastards out of the country. और मैं कहता हूं, sir, जिसको समझ नहीं आता ना यहाँ, let them go to Pakistan. These Rohingya bastards have to be thrown out of the country. These illegal Bangladeshis have to be thrown out of the country. They are criminals.
Sumitji, sorry, I have a couple of things that I need to add. There are many of you sitting in lawmakers in Europe, lawmakers in Canada, lawmakers in USA, Australia, New Zealand. All of you are going to face this problem. Maybe not today. In a few years' time, when you try to clean up this mess, exactly the same thing is going to happen to you. Already Sweden, already UK, Birmingham, there's a no-go area for much of the police. You have made a mess of your country. So this is going to play out city after city, country after country. So at least try to understand that by giving indirect tacit support to these kinds of elements, I'm talking about the people in the United States who are indirectly funding all these things. You have to understand that tomorrow it could be your house. You know what happened to Kamala Harris's house, right? Yours? I'm telling you, many illegals. Texas got fed up with getting this illegal invasion. They took buses and they went and dropped all these illegals in front of Kamala Harris's house. Tera hai na? You are the drug czar, you are the border czar. Take care of them.
Rakho.
So this is becoming a little out of control. Not little, it is out of control. This control has to be established. So don't think of it as, minorities are being discriminated in India. BS. Uttarakhand was 99% Hindu. Go back to census. In 2001, see the census. Today is 2020. Not one of them belongs there. Not one of them belongs
there. Not one of them. Bilkul, sir. Absolutely. And Haldwani is 60% Hindu, 40% Muslim. I want to ask this question. In 60% Hindu, 40% Muslim, this is the outcome. How come when it is 85% Hindu and 15% Muslim, there is peace? Where is the wrong? Kahan galti hai? There is something fundamentally wrong somewhere. Now we can't be ostriches. We can't bury our head in the sand and say there's no issue. The world has to wake up to this reality. 85% Hindu, 15% Muslim, no problem. 99% Hindu, 1% Muslim, no problem. But 60% Hindu, 40% Muslim, there's a problem on hand. Why? Kyun? Somebody has to ask these questions. And this Maulana is threatening the country with violence. He's threatening, I'll unleash my youth on you. I mean, bhai, look at the numbers. Numbers are not on your side. We are against any violence. We are not, but there is a problem with these Maulanas. There is one Maulana sitting in Iran. He thinks he can hold the world to ransom. There's one Maulana sitting in Bareilly. He thinks he can unleash his boys any day. No, there is a problem, sir. There is a serious problem. And what I am really, really pissed off, my brothers and sisters of Uttarakhand police, they were doing their job. My brothers and sisters from the administration, they were doing their job. You want to burn our sisters alive? You want to rape them? You want to set them on fire alive? Up himmat dekho. You see how far it has gone. And that is why I'm supporting Yogi model of governance. Elimination and by selection. You have to eliminate them before they become your problem. So these Rohingyas and all have to go, and before election, everything will be thrown out of, including the kitchen sink out. They will try to make somehow it Modi's anti-Muslim, anti-all. They all will be done. And if you think, what activates all these elements in a row? Do you think Pakistan's ISI is not involved? 100% involved, 100%. And still we want to give visas to Pakistani. Still we want their people on the mainstream media. Still we want their YouTube channels to run. That is a call the government of India has to take. People of India has to check. We have to take, do we want to watch this 𝗤𝙬𝗫? Do we want to watch this crap? My point here is, these people can twist the narrative any day. Musalman maar diye bhai. Musalman maar diye. This is the only thing they know. But what happened? Why did that lady lose almost up to here? She has lost there's stitches up to here. Imagine a female with stitches up to here. And I wanted to play those videos, but then we get into those issues. But my problem is that why people doing their job for the government of India, Republic of Bharat, have to face this agony? Why a government servant, a constitution upholder needs to get beaten and be raped and killed and burnt alive? Who gave the weapons, sir? Banduk kahan se hai? Who gave the weapons? These people should rot in hell, and that is why, according to the new law commission, the recommendation is by the time let's say they have burnt 5 buses. The cost is 1 crore rupees. Let them deposit 1 crore rupee first, then they should get the bail. And by the time they don't deposit 1 crore rupees, there should be no bail given. Right? So this is what has happened. And today, I think today or yesterday, Supreme Court of India has given also one piece of the judgment, wherein in people in UAP and all, usually the process of India is, it is by default bail, not jail. For UAP and all, it is jail, not bail. They have completely U-turned it. These people should rot in jail. Their ghar, gadi, makan, everything should be sold to recover these damages. And time has come that, we are running out of patience. I was so furious to see that lady police officer. Sir, what is this? You want to rape the ladies, burn them alive? What is this bloody mentality about going in the whole world? Why do you want to do everything like this in the whole world? And India is such a tolerant country. It's the most peace-loving country. And Hindu is the most tolerant out of the whole earth, right? And even I'm telling you, with Christians are running out of patience. And don't forget, Christians have killed each other for thousands of years. That thing has settled down. But when that thing gets up, you will have nowhere to run. I'm telling you will have nowhere to run. There was not one true man. There are numerous true men who are living and surviving today. It's only it has to reach the tipping point. And if these true men of the world wake up, then I'll see you where on this earth are you going to run. Sir, it is getting out of hand. This is all Pakistan, ISI, Rohingya. Wahi mix hai, sir. Pakistan, ISI, Rohingya. China is funding it. They are setting the bastis. They are using the law. And at the right point of time, tell me if it was happening. Why up to 4:30 nothing happened? This is the very important point. Because you were waiting for the dark to have, you were waiting for the sun to set in. Then you wanted to attack. Here your intention, if you want to protest or attack, why not at 10 o'clock? Why 4:30? Because you were waiting. That means everything was premeditated. Everything was pre-planned. You wanted to kill as many people you could. Rape as many people you could. That is what is happening here. And 𝗤𝗍𝗫 has decided that he will go hammer and tongs, thanks to people of Uttarakhand for voting in a BJP government. Else, you would not even know what would have happened. Right? And I don't know, sir, how you can have 2 sets of rules, one for a temple, one for a mosque. A Hindu temple can be moved, but a mosque cannot be moved. And you know what Oasis said today in the parliament? Babri Masjid Zindabad. Babri Masjid thi hai aur rahegi Babri Masjid Zindabad. Either he needs some medical help or, or he's inciting violence. They're the only two things what can be concluded. Either he needs some medical help or he's inciting violence. This is what is happening in India. And we have our supply lines going to China, to forward posts for Air Force, Army. Everything goes through these lines. And imagine in a situation of war, if this is what is done for 3 days, war can go anywhere. Ji, aap kuch keh rahe the, ji.
Sumit, we have only about 2 minutes or 3 minutes before we start taking questions. A lot of questions. I just wanted to summarize a few things that perhaps you guys, are not realizing, or whether it is what it is, I don't know. The information that Sumitji has provided today is perhaps the most condensed and factual information. And you know that somebody who has already engineered all these things, they are waiting for this video to come on PGurus so that they can complain, saying that this is a bad video. So instead of 5,000 people watching this, we have only 1,000 people watching it. And I've told you how to counter that. I mean, guys, none of you are getting out of your room to do anything I'm asking you to do. All it is just click the like button. Just click the like button. That's it. Look, no matter how hard I try, even if I go and talk to the YouTube implementer who's doing all these algorithms, they just throw their hands up and say that, look, this is what we do. If you don't like it, we can't help you. So you have to figure out a way to counter this narrative, false narratives that are happening. Look, the average intellect of a Pakistani can be put in the back of a postage stamp. Sorry to use somebody else's wordings here.
In that context,
they just know hate India, hate Hindus. That's all.
No, Bill, sir, can't agree more. Hate India, hate Hindu. Hindu hate, Bharat hate. Ek hi cheez hai. There's nothing else. And they can never be our friends. When somebody talks of friendship with Pakistan, I remember my dead soldiers. Santosh Babu, Anand Rai, Vibhuti Shankar Dhondiyal, Omar Fayaz, Lieutenant Omar Fayaz. I remember Aurangzeb. I remember Shukla. I remember Ashutosh Sharma. These all names, I remember by them heart. I remember their funeral. I remember their families. I remember their daughters crying. I remember each and every. It comes into my mind. Like I'm seeing a TV screen. And then when people talk about friendship with Pakistan, I say, go damn to hell with Pakistan. If I have the control, I'll burn down the whole country. They deserve to be eliminated. They have no right here. They deserve to be eliminated. They are epicenter of jihad and Islamic terror. We have to be very sure about that. There's nothing called peace with Pakistan. And for 70 years, it has not worked. It will not work for the next 700 years. Look in Israel. Has it worked? 1400 years. Dekho Israel ko dekho. Has it worked? It doesn't work. When people talk of two-state solution, I talk about, has India, Pakistan worked two-state solution? It will never work. You're based on hatred. You have this hatred against Hindus.
Let's take this thing a little bit forward. So you have apprehended 5,000 Rohingyas. Then what is going to happen? Some of these activists will go to Supreme Court and try to get a stay order against them. Wait a minute. These are not citizens of India. Indian laws don't apply. You are a squatter. You are an illegal squatter. Something that tells me that, India, the Ashwin Vaishnav is a great minister. Everybody knows. He was there at Orissa trying to make sure that all that sabotage and things like that. Wait, you have to think this thing through. I don't know if you have, but if you have, my naman to you. If not, let me put some thoughts in your mind. What needs to happen is 5,000 illegals have been identified. Don't keep them anymore there. One train can take 18 bogies. Each bogie can take 100 people. So 18 times 100, 1,800. 3 trains. Have 3 trains waiting. Okay, with food car. That means all these 3 trains have food cars also, meaning these trains don't stop anywhere. It goes all the way down to Tripura. Now you can go by broad gauge. From Tripura, you just bus them to the Myanmar border where the state of Rakhine is there. Okay, set up a camp, put them there, and then start pushing them back into Rakhine. You don't do this next step. Okay, These people have to learn a lesson. You cannot just keep on doing this. We'll react. For God's sake, be proactive once. 3 trains, that's all it takes. Don't stop anywhere. Go all the way up to Tripura. You have broad gauge connectivity now. Usko to at least iske liye to istemal karo aap. So what I'm saying is, unless you make an example of one incident and say you do this, this is the consequence. Bulldozing, then they'll take pictures of that, and all these things have happened. Rohingyas are illegal squatters in this country. Bangladeshis are illegal squatters in this country. Make an example out of one case first. And there is more stuff coming your way, viewers. In an hour's time with 𝗤𝙂 Iyer-ji, we are going to talk about a very fundamental difference in the way elections are going to be looked at in West Bengal in 2024. So come back for that. But again, I hope you've all liked this video. I can tell you this. Sumitji and I prepared for hours for this because we wanted to bring you only the fact. We are cognizant that if we put some videos, then we'll get a copyright strike. So the virality in future gets affected of that. So the best we can do is give you some links to videos and say, you go and look for yourself. That's all we can do.
Yeah,
all I can say is start liking the video once it starts airing. That we have nothing to. If Congress had done all these things, we'll be praising Congress also. It is these guys have complete. Anyway, so I don't want to go on a rant here. Sumitji, just conclude in a minute and then we'll take questions.
Sir, the point here is that 2-3 things here. First, this was all orchestrated. They could stop the ST and the district and the all for 2-3 days. Third, what is the guarantee it will not be replicated elsewhere, right? Fourth, and the most important thing, 85% Hindu, 15% Muslim, no problem. 90% Hindu, 10% Muslim, no problem. 99% Hindu, 1% Muslim, no problem. Everybody is safe. 60% Hindu, 40% Muslim, all the hell breaks loose. These are the pertinent questions I'm leaving you with to think over it. And at times, no action is, at times, what somebody rightly said, at times you have to, even if you have to fight a war, you have to fight to live. Else, they will not let you live. Right? So you have to fight this menace of Rohingyas and these illegal Bangladeshis and ISI and sleeper cells and these activists and this cabal here and so-called fact checkers. You have to fight them. What will you do? India has to prevail. And these Maulanas and all, Tawfiq and all, they should be booked under UAPA and kept behind. In next 10-15 years, he should not see the light of the day. Because if he's trying to incite the youth of the country, of the minority community, and bring a civil war to the country, he is more dangerous than any of the terrorists known so far.
Thank you so much, Sumitji. This is dil ko chhune wali baat hai. This is hurts. This is all engineered. Somehow we are special. That laws don't apply to us. We can do whatever the hell we want. This is the message that is being conveyed, and we all just suck our thumbs and listen. Is this what we want? Because the same template is getting played out in other countries, including the United States now. Anyway, we'll go to that later. Let's take some questions now. We have a lot of questions, Sumitji.
Ji.
Magnet Ranga wants to know, Jai Sri Ram, this and the North-South issue are toolkits deployed. Surely there would be many more till elections. Can't the authorities curb them before the toolkit is implemented? Difficult. Go ahead, sir.
No, sir. Authorities cannot, because you don't know when they will be launched and all. What we are doing, people like me, Sree sir and all, we are trying to spread the awareness. We are trying to counter them. Only awareness can counter the toolkits. There's no way authorities can counter, because they are so fluid in nature. How do you know when will and where will the next come from? You see, Ranga sir, the point here is up to 4:30 there was not an speck of violence. It started at 4:30 sharp. And I tell you why.
Next one, please. Sarath Reddy wants to know, sir, is there any toolkit of Pakistan behind these incidents?
If there is weapon, if there is killing of Hindus, and if there is this sophisticated weapon fire, it has to be Pakistan and ISI. Let there be no doubt about it. And China must have funded it, by the way.
Sarath Reddy, if you watch the Rani Niranjan Desai's interview or hangout with me about what is happening in Maytay cookie situation, the cookies are getting bits and parts of semi-automatic guns, and they are assembling them in India. It is a free for all. China has supplied all these things. These things do work, by the way. Sumitji, these are working parts. These are not. This is low technology, right? AK-47 has been around for 40, 50 years or more. It's not like
it's not like a rocket launcher, na? Even with Pakistan, the low-grade weapons given by China are working. And what they have to do, they have to work for a few months for them. They will work. Usme utna problem kya hai?
Next one, please. Thank you, Venkatesh Subaya, for your super sticker. RGB 116 wants to know, Sumitji, namaskar. How and when will the UCC come to all states, including non-BJP ruled states?
I think BJP ruled states, it will come I don't know. If Modi ji gets 430 plus, then it will come to all the states. UP will be the last.
116, do tune in 1 hour's time. Sree Iyer and I am going to be discussing about this UCC. How things are going to play out. It's just a matter of time. Like he said, he's absolutely right. Look, the most important thing is you have to shut some loud mouths. The New York Times of the world, the Washington Post of the world. Okay, you have to shut these people's mouths. And the easiest way to do that is show that more than 50% of India's electorate has voted for the BJP. You do that, then you don't need to sit and take pause for all the vile, disgusting stuff that will come out from there. Don't worry about that. Don't ignore all that stuff. So this is the point that needs to be crossed now. And I know for a fact in 2026, when the delimitation exercises come and it's put in place, what is going to happen is even the Muslim minorities, they will have a bigger voice in the parliament. It's for the benefit of everybody, that delimitation that's going to happen. So anyway, these are all the big story here. There is a steady progress is going on. I mean, I have to tell you that because I can see how all the ducks are lining up and how BJP is going forward. You need to just make sure a few more hiccups taken care of. That's why they are also doing this. The opposition also knows this. They are not fools.
They are not fools. They know.
They are not fools. Yeah.
They know it.
Next one, please. Hriday Sharma wants to know, when can we see NRC and mass deportation of Rohingyas and Bangladesh? Hriday ji, I just gave you an example. 5,000 people, 3 trains overnight, don't stop anywhere. Take them all the way to the Rohingya border and disgorge them there. How hard is that, right? Do it. Before some activist goes to Supreme Court and tries to get a stay order on all these things. Illegals. Laws don't apply to them. Indian law says that an illegal shall be deported. Period. Next one. Sorry, I don't know if you wanted to answer this question.
No. It's perfectly nice.
Vijay Kumar Srivastava wants to know, sir, do you think Haldwani incident is written as old script of Delhi riots? It shows their network being strong.
Of course, Vijay ji, you got it right. It is an exactly replica of what happened in Delhi riots. Delhi riots, it was Tahir Hussein's house. There was that sling kept on, and when he was talking 18 times to Arvind Kejriwal, when media questioned him, I was telling him how is he trying to stop the riot here. But the kingpin of the riot was Tahir Hussain, the Aam Aadmi guy. And his house was the epicenter of everything. Remember, Ankit Sharma got killed. He had 35 stab wounds. IB guy, the young IB guy who got killed. So these things are happening. Wherever the Muslim population is unfortunately increasing, these things seem to happen. Look, biggest example is Kashmir. What happened to the Kashmiri Hindus? Where are they?
Also, there is another quiet demographic shift that has happened post-COVID. I don't know how many of you have realized it. Mr. RVS Mani and I discussed about this. What had happened was, again, Mr. Kejriwal, AK-49, what he did was, without having anything in place, he made the announcement that there will be buses that will take you free to your village. You go to the bus stand, no buses, no nothing. And people ended up walking hundreds of kilometers back to their village. Guess what? When they come back to Delhi, all those places have been occupied by who? You know the answer. He was saying, RVS Pandiji was saying that every street hawker who used to be a Hindu has been replaced by a Bangladeshi or a Rohingya. This is in the suburb of Dwarka in Delhi. Okay, so see, he has worked for 30 years in Home Department. He knows how these things happen, how this waves get created.
Sir, Mani Saab is a subject matter expert. So to a doubt.
Yeah.
He knows the system and out.
Anyway, Samrit Dash wants to know, sir, do you think the Pak army would release any video of Imran Khan to stop him from forming a government?
My sources tell me he will be given 24 hours to leave the country or be perpetually in jail till the time Mistry Munir wants him to be alive. Alive again.
No, that's what they'll do. They'll, Jemima Goldsmith and her mother, they'll all say, live to fight another day, come to UK, we will regroup here, we will get pro-Imran PTI elements regroup, we will fund them. Because this is the deep state. It is peanuts, Sumitji. To fund a rebellion in Pakistan is peanut. Those people are dirt poor. They'll do anything if you give them some money.
So, $50 per head is good enough, na?
$20.
Yeah. $20. $20 jihadi. $20 jihadi.
Next one, please. Sudhindra Lakshman wants to know, on what basis is minority status given to any caste or religion? What's the difference between faith and religion, and what basis reservation is given?
Reservation was initially given on the caste system. I believe with 15% or 12% of the population, Muslims are the second biggest majority. People like Parsis, which are 55,000, or people like Jains and all, they might be called as a minority, and some Christians to some extent, maybe Sikhs, technically speaking, though there's no difference between Sikh and the Hindu, practically. But so these for the sake, but I don't think at 10-15% there should be anything called as a minority. Even that minority definition has to be revised. That is why this time you see the minority Ministry of Minority Affairs did not go by default to Muslim. It went to Smriti Irani ji, who is a Parsi by her marriage. So that notions are slightly changing. But what I am worried about is the Pakistani hand, is the Pakistani influence, is what is ISI's roles in this, because nobody is talking about one thing in the whole media. Where did the guns come from? And they are not kattas. Katta tamancha nahi hai, bhai hai, banduk hai, proper banduk. Where did they? And it's not easy to get guns in Uttaranchal.
Sumitji, it's my personal experience that our Jain brothers and sisters are more Hindu than Hindus. That's Correct. How I feel sometimes.
Correct. I'm saying technically. Yes, not technically. Yes. Technically. Yes. Even Smriti Irani ji is a Parsi, but she wears a Mangal Sutra, bindi, she puts bhang mein sindoor and all. So that's technicalities.
Next one, please. 𝗫𝗏𝗫 Yadav, thank you so much for your super sticker. He's got a Trishul in his icon. Thank you, Santosh Karkera. Courageous Rani Karnavati of 𝗏𝗏𝗏, Uttarakhand. Yes.
There are a lot of glory trails about her. And if you see Himachal and Uttaranchal, it is literally Devbhumi, sir. You go there, there's something in the air. There's something in the air which is divine. Kasam kata. I'm not trying to exaggerate. There is something in the air which my inner conscious starts vibrating there. There's something in the air there. I don't get that feeling anywhere. And after having traveled the whole world, I have not got that feeling anywhere.
Next one. Krishna, thank you so much. Was BJP not aware of Rohingyas flooding in Jammu and other places? Twitter was full of evidence with photos while BJP sat over it. They are equally hand in glove here. BJP was busy taking over temples.
You see, Rohingya, after 370, only the Rohingya issue could be settled. Before that, they could nothing do. Remember the Roshni scam? Roshni scam was what? Roshni scam was to encircle Jammu and to change the demography of Jammu. The Roshni scam was scuttled. Rohingyas have been moved out. But Jammu and Kashmir is a very sensitive border place. So there are a lot of things which you can do where you cannot do. It's very simple, brother. Whatever has been created for 65 years cannot be dismantled in 6 years. It will take time, and you have to keep the economy growing. You have to manage a lot of things. And who wants you to survive? Do Americans want you to survive? No. Do Russians like you? Technically, no. Who likes you? China likes you. Pakistan likes you. Nobody likes you. They all want a coalition dharma sarkar here. They want a mili-juli sarkar here, where the agendas can be set in New York and implemented in New Delhi. But as that is not happening, so a lot of people don't want it to be happen. So don't think here nobody is your friend. I will be very clear. It's a very transitional relationship with everybody.
Krishna, think of it like this. We can't go to the 10th floor without building the 9 floors. That is what BJP is doing. Under Modi, they are building these foundational things. These foundational things are going to make sure that your 10th floor is going to be solid. I can see, look, most of the stories about Rohingyas came in PGurus only. I'm talking 6, 7, 8 years ago, when the first time the illegal, it was detected that there were so many encroachments in Jammu. So I am telling you, I am one of the biggest critics of the Modi government when they were not doing anything, but they have started doing things. And for that, they need your approval. That means they need 50.1% of the electorate to vote for them. It's a very subtle message. I'm telling you guys, it's a very subtle message. Don't worry about whether BJP will come to power in Kerala or Tamil Nadu and therefore go and vote for some other lumpen. Vote for BJP, because you are not voting for your particular MP. You are voting to make sure 50.1% India-wide, country-wide is crossed. Understand the game. Understand the game. Once 50.1% is reached, sabki patti, sabki muh par lag jayegi patti. Everybody will zip their mouth. They can't say anything more. Understand the game. Next one. Jayaraman, thank you so much. CA is a befitting reply to Haldwani, Dami Rice. Well, like I said, Jayaraman ji, this cannot be stopped by just arresting 5,000 people. You don't have jails big enough to put 5,000 people. You got to have 3 trains standing. You got to have a refugee camp in place in the border area between Rakhine state and India, and you have to do these things. Do it 3-4 times, then the message will go through, and make sure that those guys are deported back into Rohingyas. It's not our problem. You want to kill each other, that's not our problem.
Maro, kill each other. And I am tired of this peace and trade and talks with Pakistan. Bhai, maaf karo. As long as Pakistan exists, it's like a snake. Snake doesn't bite you because he wants to settle a score. He only knows to bite. Snakes can't sing, right? Snakes are not canaries. You have to understand it. Snakes only knows this. That's how God made him. These Pakistanis are this. So we have to all do our part. I'm tired of this Pakistani thing. I'm really, really tired. And this Aman ki Asha and all is a farce. Lahore ki galiyan, Amritsar ke kulche. I do hell with that.
Next one, please. Rajat Rana, thank you so much. Chip in, friends. It is Saturday night here. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Karthik Vishwanathan, member for 5 months. Thank you so much for being a member. Bannerghata, Bangalore has a lot of Rohingya settlements. 20,000 was the last count about 3 years ago when we did a straw check to see how many illegals were there, mostly from Rohingyas. They have massive settlements in old city of Hyderabad. In the old city of Hyderabad, right? You want to make forward progress, you have to take a dabba, keep it behind you, then you move 1 feet because you get to the place where the dabba is. You want to go another step, take another dabba, move it behind you, and then go forward. That is how packed the gullies and roads are in the old city. They like it that way. They want this squalor because they will never win an election if you give them all proper food and clothing and education. Then they'll start asking questions, right? You don't want them. Always keep them saying, oh, Islam khatre mein hai, Musalman dara hua hai, yahi BS. Just keep on peddling this BS. By the way, Sumit, you mentioned that there is a deal being worked out for Imran Khan to leave. 2-3 days ago, I had predicted the same thing. With your permission, why don't you conclude this, and I'll get that video. It's just 30-40 seconds, and I'll show you what happened in that. So just go ahead and conclude. I'll just go out for a second.
Okay. So the point we're trying to make is that this is what is happening. Ghettos are being kept so that you can keep the vote concentrated to a particular area. What does ghetto mean? Ghetto means the large amount of vote is concentrated to a very small area. That is a ghetto politically. So ghettos are created for the vote banks. We can take the next question, Sajjan bhai.
No more questions.
Okay, no more questions. Okay, so that is what we have to say. We will be waiting for Sree sir to join us with the video. It's a very important video. I think Haldwani is a wake-up call for all of us. Haldwani is not an isolated incident. Haldwani is not what is too far off from here. Haldwani can be erupted anywhere or in most of the places in India. And when these, as long as these mullahs and maulanas are in control, they can erupt Haldwanis around the whole world. Today, sir, with a stone on my heart, I have to tell you one thing. There's a mullah who is running Iran and who is threatening the world peace. Today, the world peace is subservient to whims and fancies of a mullah sitting in Iran. Isn't it the true? Am I exaggerating something? He controls the missiles with 3,000 kilometers of range. A mullah, no politician, no election. Sida. That's the world we live in.
Thank you, sir. I have the video now. This is my prediction 2-3 days ago. Just let us see if it happens.
Okay, quick Imran Khan update. So there was no sentence. What happened? You might ask, because yesterday I had said that there may be a possibility that Imran Khan might be sentenced to death. Turns out, I remember I told you this, that, the people in UK are going to try and do something about it. His first wife, Jemima Goldsmith's mother, Lady Annabel, is actually a member of the Lords, House of Lords. Probably she's pulled some strings. Jemima is very influential. Her mother is a Conservative Party member. Something happened and Pakistan was told, back off. Maybe they are going to quietly steal or quietly take Imran Khan out of Pakistan, smuggle him out, if you will, and take him back to the United Kingdom. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.
Thank you so much. जाते जाते आपका आदेश.
Ji, sir. So all our brothers and sisters, kindly like the video, subscribe the channel and share it on your social media. On that note, Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, and Har 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 Mahadev.